Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Listen, sit down. Nobody cares. We'll talk about that later. Kim Porter's best friend, or one of her very good friends, has come out with an internet statement saying that everybody needs to stop with the cap. These rumors that Kim Porter was writing a book are false. And baby, remember how I said, okay, if everybody knows so much, why doesn't somebody go on record? She is going on record and saying this. However, it does leave a lot of questions. Okay. Now, if you guys don't know, it has been reported in Radar Online and other publications that Kim Porter was writing a book. We do know, again, people have been saying for a while that when Kim Porter passed, she was in the middle of writing her life story. On top of that, there was a laptop that had some type of manuscript or something that got taken. On top of that, there were rumors that the book was going to be developed into a TV deal. And I said, okay, it makes sense because around Kim Porter's lifetime, everybody wanted to know what was behind Diddy, this and the third. I said, okay, you know what? It makes sense. Now, the thing is, nobody's been able to locate it. Someone, we do not know if it is a man or a woman, came out and approached all the media and said, yo, I have this manuscript. I have the transcript, the flash drive, whatever it was, I have it. And Kim was writing this, okay? Everybody and their mama was reporting on it yesterday. You know, I jumped on it while we were on arrest watch for Diddy. But here's the interesting thing, and I want you guys to actually listen to what this woman is saying. And once we look at what this woman is saying, I have a few questions. You know, I always got questions, but let's get into this, okay? The first thing she said was, I'm going to say this as loud as I can. ... This is Ebony, by the way. Kim Porter never drafted nor wrote a book, memoir, or manuscript. I said, okay, mama, you have my attention. She said, however, where did she say? I skipped something. Credible journalists use, okay, I'm having technical difficulties, okay? She said credible journalists use this word every day to maintain, hold on, y'all. Okay, technical difficulties are over. Shut up. I know y'all cursing me out in your heads. And what of it? Anyway, so then she went on to say, credible journalists use this word every day to maintain their integrity and value while reporting news. So they're trying to say, she's saying that even though credible journalists have reported this as allegedly, they're just hiding behind and they're trying to maintain their integrity and value while reporting the news. She said, however, people will go to great lengths to achieve fame and notoriety, most times to the detriment of others. So please don't believe the lies when people say, I have the manuscript or I'm reading from the manuscript. It is a blatant lie. Always remember, there are two sides to every story, and those who believe only one side are foolish. Rest in peace to the beautiful, graceful, and beloved Kimberly Antoinette Porter. She then put a purple heart and said, this is insane. Now, you know, when I read this, I put my ears to the street and I was like, yo, what's tea? Because I've also talked to people that claim to have actually read this manuscript. And I kept saying, are you sure this person, we don't know if it's a man or a woman, but are we sure this person, or even if it's an organization, are we sure this person is legit, that they can be trusted, that this, that. Again, I think I told you guys, I had caught wind of it over the weekend, but I didn't want to actually, I mean, I'll be real. I didn't want to actually do it until report on it until other news organizations did, because I figured they would actually vet and fact check. So you might be wondering, who is this Ebony, right? Ebony is her best friend. She actually, as far as I know, still lives in Georgia, probably Atlanta. Now, they said back in the day, her and Kim had a company called Three Little Brown Girls. Unlike people on Twitter that were claiming to be this and that, she actually was super, super tight with Kim. So I'm going to be real with you. A part of me, when I read this, it said, okay, this definitely makes me doubt the manuscript because this girl was like this with Kim, right? They were always together from what I hear. And after Kim passed, even after Kim passed away, she went to a few things, if I remember right, that Diddy had for Kim to honor her memory. But that was, I think, for like the year or two after Kim passed away. Now, nobody knows where she stands with Diddy. Why is that an important question? Because Diddy seems to be the devil. And I don't know. I feel like everybody around him might be compromised. So I wanted to know, how does she stand with Diddy? But I couldn't get a clear answer on that, right? Nobody, well, the people I know didn't really even know her thoughts on Diddy when Kim passed away. Again, she 100% was torn up over Kim's passing. Of course, they were best friends, like sisters. Um, People told me that about 2 years ago, she finally started getting out and mingling and doing stuff. She is really connected to the Atlanta crowd. I think somebody said that she's really good friends with Rashida and that whole set. Okay. She seems happier now that she started getting out and meeting new people and traveling more. Okay. But here comes the interesting part. So I was talking to my girlfriend, and I think this needs to be said, right? Because I can take all the words she is saying as true, but yet and still we need to know that when Cassie came out and then when all these women came out, nobody knew the monster Diddy was. They all covered up. Okay. Let's just play devil's advocate. I was talking to my girlfriend and she said, but think about this. Let's say what was reported is true of something Kim said. Okay. You got to wonder if two things can be true at once. Kim was not, if Kim wasn't writing a book, a memoir, or whatever, and a lot of things were ringing true, was this a diary? I'm being serious. Was this a diary of some sort that people got a hold of and they're trying, instead of making it seem like, oh, I took Kim's diary, they're like, oh, it was a memoir. But also, right? Was it more of a diary of notes instead of an actually completed book? Because you know, when you start writing, the first thing they tell you to do is just like when something jumps in your head, especially a memory, write it down immediately. And after you're done writing everything, you and your editor can go through, see what makes sense. And that's the way you start writing a memoir. Okay. Um, if it's true that Kim never wrote a book or if what she's saying is true, that Kim never read a book or she was never going to write a book, right? You got to think that's what her family and friends are saying. But if she kept notes and there was something, then that would have to be what they're releasing. Again, credible news sources might be putting 20 on 10, but maybe something does excuse, because consider this. Sorry, guys. Late night last night. Because when you go through what Kim, Misa, and Cassie, and apparently countless other women suing Diddy, when you go through what you've been going through, right? It seems like there was all one common thread. None of them really told their close family and friends what they were going through. Or maybe Kim did. Was Kim telling people that Diddy had allegedly broken her nose, that was swinging, that this, that he was obsessive? Maybe everybody knew. I don't know. I'm just asking these questions because it seems like from Cassie's side, from Misa's side, from everybody's side, everybody didn't know what they were going through. And they hid that to not just protect them and their pride and their dignity, but also Diddy's legacy. And most of the time, when you hear Cassie, she did it because she was afraid. Okay. Misa did it because she believes in legacy. But at the end of the day, who knows what Misa's really thinking? Again, if you think about the fact that most of the stuff that happened between Diddy and them, they didn't tell anyone. Well, you would think that, how did people find out about this? Who was taking the notes? You know what I'm saying? One, You didn't know she was writing a book. And I'm not saying that the girl, Ebony might be right, but you got to think, okay, so Kim didn't let everybody in on everything. Maybe she thought people were compromised. Maybe she didn't want to put people in the situation. From what everybody says, Diddy is crazy. And if he couldn't get to Kim, he would come at you and punish you. So maybe she was trying to protect her bestie. Again, if Kim didn't write this down, where did people get these notes? Because people are saying that the stuff they talk about in that book absolutely, well, I can't even say book, in the excerpts actually 100% happened. So are you saying she wasn't writing a book, but you never said that the stuff that Diddy is being accused of doing, you never said that it was wrong? You know what I'm saying? She never said that. So if most of what happened to them was not told to anyone, you would have thought that somebody would have taken notes, sent to an email or somewhere where it could be safe. Think about it. Diddy psycho. People are saying, well, I mean, Dana Trent is a cybersecurity specialist, but who knows what Diddy hired her to do, right? He could even hire her to have a baby. Have fun. Okay, fine, I'll focus. But I will say this, because all these things, you don't know her to be writing a book or memoir, but yet nobody's coming out and saying the stuff that they're saying that happened was not true. So then how do people know that it's going on, especially if Kim's friends and family are saying that they didn't even know what she was going through? Again, if you're paranoid, if you don't want to keep anything on paper, if you don't want this, what do people do? They either take notes, but if you don't want it anywhere somebody can find it, or even on a Word document, you would just do it in drafts and just keep emailing yourself to an anonymous email that is so you think is completely safe. And has anybody ever explained why Kim's laptop was missing? Was it ever recovered? I'm being serious. Was it? I'm just saying, because he never said, right? They never actually said that what Diddy was saying was not true. Again, this alleged draft may be fake, but are the things that were described in the draft, did that not happen? Because that's what I need to know. Now, no, it ain't none of my business. But as long as we're talking about it, I would like to, because after Diddy's apology and after what Diddy said about Cassie, and after the way, let's not forget, the nanny that was suing Kim, I'm not Kim, suing Diddy, had a magic settlement. After the way Diddy's trying to tie up loose ends, I don't know. After the way. Anyway, y'all, what do you think is really going on? Again, I believe that she believes that she is saying the truth. But just because you and none of her close friends and family, if Diddy was so integrated in her life, I mean, honestly, would you tell anyone? And again, no one's saying that what happened is lies. They're just saying the only thing that's lies is a memoir. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.